Good evening, or whatever time it is where you are, and welcome to the third instalment of Cabaret Virale. I am Dusty Limits, your host, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you all with me tonight, or this afternoon, or whatever it is. All you beautiful people out there in the ether, and indeed I believe around the world. Before we go on, let's just check in with each other, shall we, in these troubled times? Okay, so how are you all doing? Oh, great, I'm so pleased to hear that. Here in London, it's an absolutely gorgeous day, and even a nocturnal creature like myself is a little bit tempted to break the rules. But let's remind ourselves of what those rules are, shall we, through the media of puppetry and song. I really must stay, but baby, it's warm outside. I simply can't stray, but baby, it's warm outside. Well, maybe just one trip to the shops. Just keep an eye out for the cops. So, since we're all stuck indoors, we rely on quality entertainment, and that's what you are about to experience. That's right, here at Cabaret Virale, we have circus skills, we have singing, we have magic, we have comedy. Because as we all know, laughter isn't quite the best medicine, and it certainly isn't a vaccine, but it's all we've got right now. But before I bring on my first gorgeous guest, a few little house rules. First, please switch off your mobile phones. No, really. Think of it this way. Wouldn't it be nice to take a half-hour break from the madness of the outside world right now? It'll do you a power of good. Second, applause is encouraged. In fact, I insist on it. Now, you may feel a little bit silly applauding an online show, especially one that's clearly been pre-recorded, but it wouldn't be the silliest thing you've done in the last couple of weeks, would it? I know. I'm looking at you. Third, don't forget to tip the artists at the end. There will be a PayPal link so you can give very, very generously. Because we need the money. The skies are sunny. We need the money 'cause we cannot pay our rent. We need the money. Not being funny. The tiny savings that we had have all been spent. I didn't study puppetry. I did English. Now, fans of the show will already be aware that in the spirit of the times, we all perform in our night attire. Mine's a little homage to Moira. If you don't get who that is, shame on you. Our first gorgeous guest is famous for his sartorial elegance and his extraordinary international class variety skills. He's going to demonstrate a technique you'll all need to master to get through these long, locked down days. So please, put your hands together in the form of applause for the one and only Matt Ricardo!
Hello, Matt Ricardo here. I hope you're all staying safe and sane. One of the ways that I'm staying sane-ish is by occasionally having a nice little cocktail. So I thought I might show you how a juggler makes a cocktail. Music, please.
that's how it's done. I have staff for that kind of thing. Anyway, to our next guest. I realise it's very easy in these difficult circumstances to feel trapped. But what could be more freeing, more liberating than the joy of song? Our next guest is a wonderful artiste and a very, very dear friend. I like to introduce her as being a little bit like champagne. She's sparkling, she's cold, and she's alcoholic. Please welcome to our virtual stage a bona fide songbird, the one and only Lily La Scala.
I'm Lily. It's lovely to be here. It's lovely for you to be here in my boudoir. I'm here with Willie La Scala. We're spending an awful lot of time together, and as you can tell, he's utterly thrilled to be spending so much time with me, and it's wonderful for me actually to spend so much time in my bedroom stroking my pussy. What do you think, Will? Should we sing them a song? I mean, I say we, it's not really we, it's more me. He's more about the look than the actual talent. He's leaving now, which says a lot, really. Wonderful for my self-esteem. So now it's just me. I think it was more entertaining when my cat was here. I thought I'd sing you a song, since that's what I'm here for. There we go. Finch and linnet, bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? How can you jubilate, sitting in cages, never taking wing? Outside the sky waits, beckoning, beckoning, just beyond the bars. How can you remain staring at the rain, maddened by the stars? How is it you sing anything? How is it you sing? Green finch and linnet, bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? Whence comes this melody constantly flowing? Is it rejoicing or merely hallowing? Are you discussing or fussing or simply dreaming? Are you crowing? Are you screaming? Ring dove and robinette, is it for wages? Singing when you're told? Have you decided it's safer in cages? Singing when you're told? My cage has many rooms, damask and dark. Nothing there sings, not even my lark. Larks never will, you know, when they're captive. Teach me to be more adaptive. Green finch and linnet, bird, nightingale, blackbird, teach me how to sing. If I cannot fly, let me sing. Thank you so much, Dusty, for having me on Cabaret Virale. It's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to do some singing. It's wonderful to get a virtual round of applause, because I have no doubt at this moment you are all applauding wildly in your own homes, as though I did something worthwhile for a living. So thank you so much, and hopefully we'll be back on stage somewhere near you at some point soon. Mwah!
Some of you are on lockdown, toute seul, and some I know are cohabiting, and this next act goes out to you because it involves some domestic drama. I'm sure you can relate. So please slap your palms against one another vigorously and rhythmically, and welcome to the stage a truly magical couple, Oliver Tabor and Vicky Butterfly. All's well that ends well. Oh, that phrase has a very hollow ring to it these days. Anyway, in these troubled times, one must always think about the most important person in one's life, and that's oneself. But if after that you still have some care to spare, you might care to think about the more vulnerable members of our community. People like me, for example. I'm sure there's a joke I could do here about vulnerable members, but I just can't wrap my fist around it. So, moving swiftly on. Our next guest is one of my oldest friends, quite literally. But I like to think of her as my kid sister, a wonderful storyteller and comedian. I think you'll adore her. Please go crazy for the fabulous Ruth Miller.
Hello. I'm Ruth Miller, and I'm all ready for bed with my teddy. I'm all ready for bed, but I really don't want to go to bed because that means I've got to face the morning. Waking up in the morning is always a surprise anyway, but I'll tell you something. Now that I'm 86, I really have trouble getting started in the morning. I mean, take today, for example. I woke up at 11 because I can. When I woke up at 11 and I ran in the bathroom and I spit my tooth guard in the sink. And then I thought, well, I better put on the modem because all my life is on the computer these days now that we have the big lockdown. And somebody hot might write me and send me a message. And I took my HRT last night, so I was all ready for it. So I tried to find the modem, but the modem has a funny little button in the back. And I couldn't seem to find it. And I kept looking, and I tripped over my backpack and I hit my head on the desk. But I didn't do much, just a little lump was coming up. And then I thought, well, I better start the water for the coffee. So I went into the kitchen to start the water, and I remembered, oh, I have a dryer full of laundry that I better fold. So I opened up the dryer and took out the laundry, but it was great big beach towels, and they're very big, and I'm not. So I started shaking the beach towel, but I got all tangled up in it, and I couldn't breathe. And I thought, oh my God, if this keeps up, I'm not going to be able to make the Edinburgh Festival a year from August, and you can't go this August because they shut it down. I've got to live for a year and a half. So I untangled myself, but when I did that, I dropped 2 washcloths in the trash, and I only got a little bit of egg from last night's supper on it, but I managed to shake that out. But the real problem was finding the other white sock. But I finally did find it. It was behind a trash barrel, and I got everything together and put that laundry away. And then I came back and pulled the wash out of the washing machine and put that in the dryer, and I hung my knee-highs to dry in the bathroom because that's where you hang them. And when I got in there, I thought, oh, I forgot to brush my teeth and wash my face. So I brushed my teeth and I washed my face and put a lot of lotion on my face because, you know, at my age, you don't do lotion, you're going to turn to dust. And I can't afford to have that happen, not after I took my HRT and I'm ready for love. Well, I did that, and then I came back into the kitchen and I poured water into the tea kettle. I don't have an electric teapot because I ran out of plugs. And then I did my exercises. I did my balance exercises. I stood on a stool and then back down 4 times. I was very proud of that because, you know, if you don't do your balance exercises and if I fall on my head, I won't be able to get to that Edinburgh Festival a year from August. And I'm working toward that. But yesterday was the day that I had to change the bed linen. And that is really a problem for me. It's really a problem. I went into the bedroom and I pulled off the sheets and I managed to get them off and I managed to pull the pillow out of the pillow slip. That wasn't easy to do, but I managed to do it. And I dragged the sheets and the pillow slips into the washing machine, shoved them in the washing machine, and then I had to put the soap in. So I opened up the little thingy, and I got that ready, and then I took the bottle of detergent and I poured it into the cap. But when I poured the cap full of detergent into the little thingy, it dropped on the floor. So I mopped that up with the sheet, and I got that all together, and I started the wash, and then I thought, oh, I better wash the detergent bottle or it's going to leak onto when I put it under the sink, and I don't want that. So I washed it, and then I went into the refrigerator to get the coffee, and I pulled the canister out to get the coffee because I had to put that in the cafetiere. So I pulled it out, but my hands were still soapy from the detergent, and the coffee fell on the floor. So I swept up all the coffee with the dustpan and the broom because I don't throw out food. I'm Jewish. And I managed to get some of the coffee into the cafetiere, and then I remembered, I forgot to brush my hair. So I went into the bathroom and I brushed my hair and I got myself together and I thought, okay, now you have to make that bed. Well, that's not easy for me. Thank goodness the first sheet, the undersheet, is contour, and that's not too bad, except I put it on horizontally instead of vertically. But once I got that figured out, I managed to get the top sheet on. But while I was smoothing it out, I hit my forehead on the shelf above the bed, and it started to bleed. And I thought, oh my God, I can't have it bleed because I don't have enough room in the washing machine for another set of sheets. So I ran into the bathroom, put a plaster on my forehead. I had a little bit of a headache, but I was still operating all right. I came back in, and I got the blanket on, and then I had to get the duvet on, but I couldn't seem to make the duvet get on the bed, and I couldn't figure that one out till I realized, oh my God, I'm standing on the duvet, that's why it won't move. So I lifted my foot, and I got it on, and the bed was all nice and tidy, and I set up the little monkey hot water bottle on the pillow so he looked cute. And then I thought, I've got to do my exercises. You don't do your exercises, honey, at my age. You don't move. And I've got to be able to move because in Edinburgh, you can't take taxis. They're too expensive. You have to walk. And I have to go to Edinburgh in August, and I'm working toward that. So I do my exercises. Well, the first thing I do is I tried to touch my toes. Well, that isn't easy, I'll tell you. It took me 20 minutes, but I finally did it. And then I exercised my hip, and I moved my knee around, and then I had to get dressed. Okay, I got all the clothes out, and I put on my slacks, but I put both legs in one pant leg, and I don't know how the hell I did that, but getting out of it was not easy. But I managed to do it, and I only ripped a little in the back. And then I put on my turtleneck, but I put it on backwards. But who cares about that? Nobody sees me anyway. We're on lockdown. So I came back into the kitchen. The water was boiling. I was all ready to pour it into the cafetiere when the phone rang. And it was my neighbor across the way. And she said, hello. She said, do you have anyone to go shopping for you? Because I need some orange juice and I need some eggs and some paracetamol. I said, listen, at the rate I'm going, I need paracetamol too. But why are you asking people to shop for you, lady? You're only 65. Well, that upset her a lot, and it took me 20 minutes to calm her down. But when I finally did, I hung up the phone, got the water out to pour into the coffee, got it in the coffee, put the plunger down, was all ready to have my morning coffee when the phone rang again. It was my friend Andrea. She said, so, what are you doing? I said, I'm drinking my morning coffee. She said, Lynn Ruth, she said, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Why are you drinking your morning coffee that late? And I said to her, I don't know. And that's why I don't want to go to bed tonight, because if I go to bed tonight, I'm going to have to face another one of those fucking mornings. And thank you so much. I'm Lynn Ruth Miller.
Well, beautiful people, we're coming to the end of this Cabaret Virale. It's been so lovely for me to share this time with you, and I'm sure even lovelier for you to share it with me. But I have to say, my sleep patterns are completely out of whack these days. And, you're wondering about that, are you? That. True story. I was gifted that by the madam of a Colombian brothel in Berlin. Not even making that up. Anyway, it's getting late in some part of the world, and my bed, which I'm already in, is beckoning. So here to finish you off and give you a lovely, happy ending, a dear, dear friend of mine whose voice, so supple, will caress you like a lover. I give you the wonderful Ralph Bogart.
Oh, hello. I didn't hear you come in. It's been such a long time since I've had anyone come into my bedroom and watch me sleep. It reminds me of times in distant past. Yes. Such social evenings. Evenings when we would spend time together singing, dancing and chatting without the help of electronic devices. Well, almost. I miss those evenings. But these days, I'm not even sure when evening is. I can't tell the difference between morning, afternoon, evening, breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner, or more importantly, cocktail hour. But I guess in these strange times, every hour is cocktail hour. Wouldn't you agree? I thought so. I can hear the chink of those glasses already. And it could be 9 a.m. for all I know. Yes. Although the fact that I don't know what time of day it is causing me a bit of trouble. Yes, you may notice the small dark circles under my eyes. I'm having trouble sleeping, you see. All of those updates that we're looking at consistently are just making it difficult for me to relax and drift off into peaceful slumber. But one thing I found that has helped is a little song. And since you're here in my bedroom watching me sleep, I thought, why not? I'll sing the song for me as well as you, and maybe we can finally, even in this time of social distancing, sleep together. Enjoy. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave our worries far behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Well, everyone, I hope you have a lovely night's sleep. Please stay safe, please look after each other, and most importantly, wash your hands. I know we like to keep our distance regularly, but when we get out of this, let's all give each other a beautiful hug. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave your worries far behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams from me to you. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Lots of hugs and kisses to you all.
Thank you, Ralph. What a wonderful note to end on. Well, not quite end. There's one more thing. As Meatloaf very nearly sang, I would do anything for money. And I certainly would right now. So if you've enjoyed the show this evening, morning's cocktail hour, well, who cares? Please do consider donating via the PayPal link, which you'll see in the comments and also at the end of the video. Just think, how much would you have spent on a night out to the pub? A fiver, a tenner, £20,000? I don't know. I don't know who you are. Will there even ever be pubs again? I mean, who knows? In the future, is there even a future? I mean, right now, it's like the Day of the Triffids, but with goats. If you don't get that reference, just Google Llandudno. So if you can't afford to donate anything at all, I completely understand, but if you can, do please dig deep. Every penny that is donated is split evenly among all the artists involved in this episode. Oh, and one last thing. One day soon we all will be together, if the fates allow. But till then we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. I have no idea why I sang that. Goodbye.